The next morning, the sun rose over a changing landscape. The lush plains vanished, replaced by a landscape of cracked, scorched earth that stretched toward the horizon. The desert sun baked the carriage windows, thickening the air inside until it felt heavy and dry. The rhythm of the wheels changed. The sound turned into a hollow, metallic ring. The train crawled onto a towering wooden bridge that spanned a vast, jagged canyon. Below, a river appeared as a thin blue thread, winding through the dark rocks thousands of feet down. The entire carriage shuddered as it moved over the exposed gap. Every bolt groaned under the weight of the steel cars. Brother pressed his paws against the floor, feeling the intense vibration of the bridge beneath them. Sister and Rowdy huddled near the center of the car, eyes fixed on the gap between the floorboards. Rowdy let out a quick breath as Flip nervously slid off the bench and onto the floor. The train moved at a snail's pace, swaying slightly in the crosswinds of the canyon. The friends held their breath, waiting for the solid thud of earth to return. Finally, the iron wheels hit firm ground. The rattling sound returned to normal, and the train surged forward, leaving the abyss behind. The oppressive heat of the desert finally began to wane as the landscape shifted once more, cutting through the lingering smell of dust and mechanical grease. There now was a salty tang to the air. It was now sharp, clean, and cool. Brother stood up and moved to the window, his whiskers twitching as the breeze flowed in. Sister followed, her ears perking up at the distant, rhythmic roar that grew louder with every mile. Rowdy sat upright, excited, his nose lifted, sniffing the damp air. The train began to decelerate, the iron wheels biting into the tracks, squealing. Steam hissed, and the iron rails clicked slower and slower until the entire train shuddered and stopped. Outside, the platform stretched out into the distance, empty and waiting. The friends stood in a line, watching the landscape through the frame. Beyond the station, the horizon opened up, revealing a vast, shimmering blue expanse where the sky touched the water. The journey was over, and the air was thick with the promise of the tide. The platform doors swung open, and the friends scrambled down the metal steps. Their paws met the loose, warm sand of the beach. Brother and sister broke into a run, digging their claws into the wet, packed sand as they neared the water line. Rowdy barked at the retreating tide, darting through the shallows and kicking up sprays of water with every jump. He chased the receding bubbles, his paws splashing rhythmically against the surface of the sea. He stood proudly as a big wave drenched him, leaving him a dripping wet mess. Flip jumped from the top of a sand dune, landing on a dry patch of warm sand. He laid there, watching the horizon where the blue water met the sky. Brother and sister sat at the very edge of the continent. The Pacific Ocean stretched out before them, an endless expanse of shifting waves. Rowdy came to join them. They reverently took in the vastness of the blue ocean rippling before them. The journey had reached its final point, and the tide continued to pull at the sand beneath their feet. The friends watched as the sun set beyond the horizon, glad that their long, adventurous journey was over. Or is it?